All right, we have another salesman on our hands. This one's name is BAM, otherwise known as JG Savoldi, and we're going to go ahead and break this guy apart very easily, actually. And this should make y'all a little bit angry because your leaders, trade trades, and all of these guys got sold by this guy very easily. It would have taken one Google search to tell this guy was full of himself and crap. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. BAM here. So my hypothesis is that BAM, or J.G. Savoldi, is nothing more than another Tom Zozolo with a little bit more influence, because this guy, he inserted himself in this community at the top level with Trey and all them almost instantaneously, and they ate it up. So if they'll eat this up, what else are they going to eat up? You see how dangerous this is becoming? Now, quick note, again, if they'll let this guy weasel his way into the top and start influencing hundreds of thousands of people, more than likely, due to all the connections that he's pretty much garnished for himself in 2 weeks, then these people are going to buy anything, and then they're going to spread it right back to us, and then you know how that goes. So when you go to Google and you type in his name, which he was dumb enough to include, like, come on, I guess the general population really just is too trusting, because one Google search, and we can see now that he writes for Seeking Alpha, or has in the past. Now if you go on there, his articles are, no one's read them, they're just a bunch of word salad, and you're gonna find that's a common theme with this guy. His whole model, BAM model, predicts it predicted the 2008 crisis, it did this, it's done that, but you can't find anything about this thing other than something he said about it. If you go to the About Me page on their website, there's a little video on it that shows the same picture that he posts all over the place. It's just nothing just adds up, and it's clear off of one simple search. You start to get a feeling that something's not right, which that's how you start to uncover. So after a 5-second search, Seeking Alpha, we have a LinkedIn article that's a little bit questionable, but nothing wrong there. He studied criminal justice. Okay, now the layers just keep stacking up. You study criminal justice, and now you're pushing a product that has no track record, that's expensive, by the way. We're going to take a look at that in a second. And he's got all of this going on. He's predicted the financial crisis. He's been on Twitter. He's been on Seeking Alpha. He's with social media. He's trying to market a product, but he's not on Facebook. Don't you find that interesting? Because if you're on Facebook, you may have to show your face a little bit more. And again, this is the only picture I can find online. That's not a big deal. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. I wouldn't want my picture online either. Again, none of y'all have seen me, and that's probably a good thing. Now, this should just make your blood boil, because this was written in 2009. 2009. He's been doing this BAM model right here, BAM, for 10 years, and there's no track record. So what does that tell you before we start reading this? It's probably nothing. It's probably garbage. Probably doesn't work. Oh, by the way, if you looked at his LinkedIn, he was a hedge fund manager for 1 year. So, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to start here. Either way, traders are flocking to Twitter because if there's one area where real-time information is really valuable, no, I disagree with that. It should be accurate, but it is in trading stocks. And imagine that this is 10 years ago. Now imagine 10 years later, in 2021, 12 years later, it's like 50 times that much, if not more. The question is, who do you trust and who should you listen to? There are countless stock twits who are now being joined by more professional prognosticators. One is BAM Investor, which markets its financial model to hedge funds. Hedge funds. So this is my theory. He went around and tried to market this model to hedge funds. None of them wanted it because it was crap. Now he's out trying to get it on retail. BAM stands for Behavioral Analysis of Markets. It uses fractal theory and the Fibonacci sequence to predict, I like the exclamation point, to predict emotional mood swings in the market. Why are we letting people like this in? First of all, we don't need someone like this in here. About 5 days ago, they predicted that the current stock market rally would crash by 50%. It also thinks that crude oil is heading down to 56 a barrel, but it is bullish on natural gas, predicting a 400% melt-up. Why should anyone listen to these trading tweets? BAM Investor claims that its financial model predicted the crash of crude oil from 147 to 36, the rise in corn and wheat futures from 2007 lows, and the 400% rally in shares of Ford from February to August 2009. But as with any financial advice, investors should beware. BAM Investor is simply using Twitter to market its financial model, which you can subscribe to if you are a serious investor. The true test of a financial model is the consistency of its predictions and its accuracy over time. In other words, can you trust it? No, you can't. Why are these people letting these people in here? Why is Trey not Googling and making sure and doing any form of security clearance before letting these idiots in our community? Why? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we're letting clowns like this come in here with no questions asked, with no track record, with nothing. Only taking advantage of the traffic, only taking advantage of the YouTube views. His YouTube channel was made on the 27th of May. Let's wake up, people. Come on.